Well, Ulrich Roux from BDK Attorneys is on the line and we're live to him now. Good afternoon, Ulrich, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Good afternoon, Matt, and a pleasure.
Well, it's been a brilliant 2 days for the defense. First, Oscar gets off the murder charge and now he's granted an extension of bail. You've been providing commentary all year, Ulrich. Did you ever see it going this way?
I think a lot of people certainly were surprised by the finding that Judge Masipa made, that Oscar had no intention to kill Riva. Obviously, a lot of people have come out and said that she has erred in interpreting the murder dolus eventualis principle, in that the principle states clearly that when a person acts in a way in which he foresees that his actions can lead to the death of another person, he reconciles himself with those facts and he still acts accordingly, then that is the definition of dolus eventualis. But she found that the test must be applied to a specific person. So obviously that has elicited some criticism amongst legal experts and amongst people who are involved in the law. It certainly did surprise me as well. I interpret the dolus eventualis principle differently, but that is the great thing about our law. It is open to debate and it is interpreted differently by different people, and it's not an exact science. So obviously a lot of people are upset about the judgment, and obviously a lot of people are ecstatic about it. Certainly, I think Oscar and his legal team would be very pleased with the outcome. He was faced with a very serious charge and with serious implications, and he's definitely come out with a conviction of definitely the lesser charge and of a less serious charge than murder or premeditated murder.
Intention is the key distinction between murder and negligent death, if we're understanding it correctly. But regardless of Riva or an intruder, Oscar still had the intention to kill the person behind the door. Now, the judge did criticize Oscar's version initially, and now she's accepting it. What do you make of this?
Yes, there certainly were puzzling aspects of the judgment. Just to correct you, the murder is the intentional unlawful killing of another person, whereas culpable homicide is the negligent unlawful killing of another person. And she quite correctly pointed out, she said that he definitely had intention when he went and reached for the firearm under his bed. He definitely had intention when he walked towards the bathroom and he fired the shots. And then she also went one further and said in a judgment that it is irrelevant who was behind that door, whether it was Riva, the deceased, or whether it was this perceived intruder. That is irrelevant because he had the intention to kill whoever was behind the door. And then a few minutes later, she turns around and she says, well, the test of dolus eventualis must be applied to a specific person. So, certainly there are some puzzling aspects of the judgment, and it will obviously be scrutinized. But there's nothing much that any of us or we can do about it, or the public. It is the judges. The only person whose decision actually matters is hers, and she's come to this decision. And the state feel that she has made an error in law. In other words, an error in interpreting the law, such as the dolus eventualis principle. Then they are free to appeal that, one will have to wait and see after the conviction whether they do indeed pursue an appeal.
Ulrich Roux from BDK Attorneys on the line there. Thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.